The cadet training program, one, I've never been a part of it. I've seen it. I've seen pros, cons, good, bad. I've seen all that. I believe in it, but can you tell me the pros and cons? Mo, help me articulate this. What are ways that we can do this better, or Mo, help me out?
Better put together a program that's actually workable, that can actually
Yes.
be something that we can utilize to even feed into law enforcement later
Yes.
on in life.
Well,
Yes.
if we had to talk about, yeah, it's a hard one
I
I
nowadays,
know.
know.
right? Like
Yeah.
if you
Well.
think about nowadays, like
Yeah.
I think a lot of programs fail because of what our society is doing to law enforcement in a whole, number one, right?
Yeah.
Like so it's a hard day and age because kids have man, I'm trying to find my political words here. Um,
Let it rip, buddy.
yeah. So kids just have an image of what's being portrayed out there, right?
Yes.
And it's a soup sandwich of shit going on, and the kids have nothing but social media these days. Like our 9-year-old and 6-year-old, they're not on social media, but they're on YouTube and watching stupid fucking videos all the time, and
Yeah.
I have to watch over their shoulder what they're watching because it's out there. Everything's out there, and I think the only way law enforcement can get better through a cadet program is by having officers that truly fucking care. That literally put the amount of fucking effort and time that they need to into a program to bring juveniles in that actually want to do it, that are afraid to because of what their peers are going to say or think.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was the biggest battle when we revamped the program, and then the program started to struggle a little bit because society was changing. Like when I became a cop, it was in 2012, and that was probably the start to the end, right? 13, 14, 15 was like the start to the decline, but we had some hammer of kids that were like pro cop, pro military, pro anything, fire, EMS, whatever. Like
Yeah.
they wanted to do something that was publicly oriented, right?
Yeah.
Service, public service oriented. And as those kids started to get older and fade out, we started to see the younger kids start to lose interest, and then it was like a peer thing. Like some kids didn't want their peers to know that they were there, or they were afraid to be out in public wearing a uniform or whatever because of what their friends might say. So and that was my big thing too. And I was a Boy Scout, like the law enforcement side, I didn't care about. Like I loved flashing the cadet uniform and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
red gun, blue gun on the side of the hip.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like my Boy Scout time, like I didn't talk about it like to any of my friends, because it was not a quote unquote cool thing, right? Nobody
Yes.
had respect for it back then.
Yeah.
So I think like as far as a cadet program goes to like make it more successful, it's the agencies. Honestly, it comes down to the agency's doing of selecting proper officers to run these things
Yeah.
that actually give a fuck, that are gonna take because it's personal time,
Yeah.
take their personal time to give back to the community
Yeah.
to try to get these kids involved because it's our future in law enforcement, and we all know this.
Yes.
I dealt with it when I was an FTO. Like I would literally sit the new guy in the chair, the driver's seat, and look at him and be like, "Have you ever been punched in the face before?" And he would look at me and be like, what question is that? I'm like, I'm seriously asking, have you ever fucking gotten knocked out?
Because
Well, no.
everybody has
I'm
a
like, well,
plan.
you're fucking in for it then, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's the problem, I think, with law enforcement these days is like they're choosing people because of an interest that they see instead of like realism.
So what you're touching on is like there's a disconnect, and I agree with your time frame wholeheartedly. I'm interested in how do you fix it, and because people talk about it at such a large scale. It's like how do you begin to fix it? It's like each agency has to take ownership. They have to your point, because we all know that deputies, officers, whatever you want to call them, sometimes they'll get put there and they're like the fucking old crotchety guy. They don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Hey, I
Yeah.
clock out. I'm not getting paid for all this stuff. It's like, dude, you're not the one.
And I've seen it in the programs,
Yeah.
like because they do a big like police cadet academy every summer. That's a week long. Usually, they used to do it at U Hart, and then it got switched up to a college up in Mass. But even going there, like I'd look at some guys and be like, dude, why are you here?
Yeah.
You
No,
can
I
see it in
agree.
their face, like they did not want to be there. I'm like, then don't. Like you're not doing any good for the kids because you have no juice in this, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the only thing I can do is say like the reason why I was there, and it was because I wanted to give back the way the officers that gave back to me. You know, like
Yeah, because
because
you were
I
part of the
remember
program. Yeah.
there are three cops that I remember from Weathersfield, three of a
Yeah.
40 department agency. You know what I mean? And it's because those three dudes would be there all the time, and they would check on you and hang out with you and do ride-alongs with you and whatever. They were there, you know, and that's the thing is like a lot of these guys, they're like you said, they're put into it just because the agency had nobody else. Instead
Yeah.
of the agency doing their due diligence and making it a sought after position.